DJ Nubis.
And DJ Neko.
With the Metal Time Radio Podcast, doing another trailer reaction. This time for The Mandalorian Season 3. Neko, of course, has not been able to catch all the episodes due to her traveling sometimes, and she's still trying to catch up with, I don't think you even caught up with Moon Knight yet.
I haven't watched Moon Knight. I haven't finished The Mandalorian. I haven't finished the Book of Boba Fett. And apparently this is taking place after
the Book of Boba Fett. Yeah.
So, I've seen all the Gru memes, Grogu, whatever the fuck his name is, Baby Yoda. I've seen all the Baby Yoda memes, and I've seen a couple of episodes, and I think I saw the first season completely, but I don't think I saw the second season at all.
Second season was good because, like I said, it ended with
a surprise,
Skywalker showing up and taking Grogu to train him to be a Jedi, but the Book of Boba Fett showed that there's this bond between Mandy, the Mandalorian, and Grogu, and so
Mando.
Yeah, so basically, Grogu chooses to go back to Mando and not be a Jedi, which is very interesting because when you think about Yoda himself, he was very much all about the Jedi. It was all just business with Yoda, but of course, Grogu is a younger version of whatever being you call him.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. But
this, we know that Mando has the dark saber, which you and I were talking behind the scenes about what the purpose of it is, what it means. So I don't know if from what I can kind of gather, because we don't know much about the lore of this part of it, because it's all kind of brand new to us. And most Star Wars fans, we're used to the main storylines that we've followed over the years, but I think the Darksaber is supposed to be meant for some sort of leader or king or whatever. I'm not even sure if it's tied into the negative forces of evil or anything like that, like the Empire or anything. I'm not even sure it's really designed for that, but it is a darker weapon. So we don't know. But supposedly Mando is going to go out in Season 3 and try to figure out his place and fate with the Darksaber. And of course, who knows how Grogu is going to fit into all that. But, when you watch that first season, you kind of think, well, once that's done, Grogu is kind of out of the picture, but he's found his place throughout this entire
It's kind of cute, yeah. And it's kind of like Grogu reminds me of Gizmo, in Gremlins, so he does he does all the little things, and it's cute. But I've heard people say that before.
I can see it. I see it totally.
But the
mannerisms are all.
That's what I mean. It's a different story clearly, but just the cuteness factor. You're all like, oh, how cute.
And they probably use inspiration from the Gremlins, puppeteering and stuff for this.
Oh, it's possible. It's possible. I'm not 100% who does Gremlins versus this, but I still think he's cute. The first season of Mandalorian, it was okay. It wasn't mind-blowing to me, and maybe sometimes it does take an extra watch or two for me to get more into something, because I'm doing the same thing right now with Orange is the New Black. I lost interest in it, and then I'm like, all right, I want to try and watch it again because I hear some crazy shit happens, and I got to the crazy shit part, but now I'm getting bored again.
Oh,
because
what do you find? Because I know, I don't want to drag too long, but I know that with some series, I was talking with somebody at one point about Supernatural, it becomes a rinse and a repeat. So you got the brothers, they go down to hell, they come back out of hell, and they go back down. And the storyline seems to just kind of revolve back and forth the same way.
Again, I'm not going to go too into it because it's a different thing, but there was a big prison riot, and that whole season was kind of interesting,
right,
of what happened. But now it's the riot aftermath, and everybody's been split up, and some people are in Max, and some people are in different prisons, and they have to redo the whole minimum security prison, and they're talking about putting extra time on some of these women who only have a couple of months left, etc. But it's kind of really dragging now. But again, I'm not interested in getting bored again, so I might just push through it. So that's kind of like what I think I might need to do is like rewatch. But every time it's like, oh God, there's so much shit to watch. Like we wanna get into like the new season of Cobra Kai is coming out soon.
I haven't started yet. So many people are like, oh, it's so good. And it's the usual thing. And I'm like, we have to find the time just to start watching because like I really don't want to do.
I might be leaving in literally 2 weeks. Like, so
well, granted, it's going to be one of our topics for the upcoming podcast for next week. So we're going to have to get started at least. We should be able to finish. You and I can binge stuff pretty fast when we want to, especially if it's that good. Like we'll stay up till like 1 a.m. if we have to. Like we'll just suffer the next day at work, you know, just to go do this.
I'll suffer the next day at work because I get up at 5. He could sleep in technically until 9 if he had to go
or 10 like today.
Oh wow!
I didn't go to bed till 2. So.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I was like 3. He was close to 3, I think.
He got the new Madden, so he's real busy right now.
I just had to like work out some issues regarding the game the other night.
Did you replay it? Did you play the Seahawks?
I ended up actually playing the Hawks, but see, I'm a few seasons in, so Russell's really not even with us anymore. I have our rookie quarterback.
Oh my God!
But we destroyed the Hawks.
Yeah. You feel better about yourself now?
Oh yeah, we worked them hard.
So who do we play this week?
Houston at home.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
All right.
So let's check this out and let's see if maybe it piques my interest enough for me to get back into it.
Yep. Mandalorian, season 3.
I don't know, baby carrot.
This is the one that you saved? You are as its father. A clan of 2. But you have removed your helmet. Then you are a Mandalorian no more.
Your cult fractured our people. Where were you then? Did you think your dad was the only Mandalorian?
Kid, hang on. You ready for an adventure?
So we have time to see that one. I should probably be back in about 2 months. So maybe, I remember how excited you were about this, The Mandalorian, when it first came out, so much that I found one of those silicone wedding rings because he doesn't really wear jewelry, and but he was thinking about maybe wearing a silicone wedding ring, and it had the Mandalorian on it. And you're like, yeah, it's pretty badass. I might wear that.
Yeah, because initially when Mandalorian came out, the Star Wars fanverse was basically talking a lot about Boba Fett having his own movie and all that kind of stuff. So we were all kind of excited about it. So when Mandalorian came out, I'm thinking, well, it doesn't say it's Fett, but it's part of that world. And of course, Boba Fett eventually shows up in the Mandalorian. That's kind of what kicked off the Book of Boba Fett. But it's weird because the Book of Boba Fett, I think you agreed, was that first season wasn't super great until the Mandalorian came into the Book of Boba Fett.
Just kind of didn't catch everything in order because you would be watching it and you could tell I wasn't like super interested, so you just went on without me. So the Obi-Wan series, I was like dialed in. Maybe,
Right, and I think
maybe that's just because I love Ewan McGregor so much. I can just sit and watch him in anything. But
well, it all ties in with Vader and stuff like that. It's nice to see Christensen back and doing the role. So it's pretty cool, which is interesting because, you know, speaking of Hayden, like, he took a lot of shit about him being in the movies way back when. He kind of stopped being in acting. Well, there's another trailer down the road we're going to do that deals with another actor who kind of dealt with kind of similar things. And it's a pretty emotional moment from, you know, that person regarding their coming out of doing another movie. So we'll get to that at some point, but yeah, I still look very interested in the Mandalorian season 3. So we'll see how it plays out. I mean, I'm sure Grogu is like the highlight for everybody, but it's a pretty good series in the Star Wars universe. So thank you all for checking this out.
Thank you,
and we'll see you again another time.